If you wake up every single morning and do something meaningful for just 1 hour, that's 365 powerful hours over the lapse of a year toward creating a life that you love. Change your habits, change your life. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 different habits that have made the biggest impact on my life this year. But please know that not every habit is for everybody. What I'll do along the video is provide context as to why it benefits my life and why I choose to do it, so that you can gain inspiration to choose the habits that will benefit your life. So the question I want you to keep in the back of your mind as you're watching this video is, how does this habit relate to my goals and the life that I want to live? Once this video is over, don't just jump straight to the next piece of content. Take a second to think about, what is my ideal lifestyle? And then just make one small step, or at least create a plan for one small step that you can take towards designing that life. All it will take is 5 minutes. You never know, 5 minutes just might change your life. Now, the first habit that I recently started implementing is really prioritizing my social life. I personally went down a rabbit hole with the concept of community during COVID. I never took the time to think about how all of my past opportunities and experiences and amazing life moments came from relationships, came from knowing people, came from just meeting the right person at the right time. Recently, going through my own big life change, I've realized even more how important it is to have those relationships in your life, to have those people you can lean on, to have those people you can bond with, to have those people you can share a laugh with and create a memory with. That is what makes life so meaningful, in my opinion. And there was a time where I knew that I should probably call my friends spontaneously more often, but I had this fear attached to it. Just like little things stopped me from doing that until recently. And I was like, you know what? I'm just tired of hearing that voice. If I feel the desire to call a friend spontaneously, I'm just going to do it. And every single time that I have done that, it's turned into a very beautiful conversation. Like, imagine if your best friend called you right now. I'm just checking in. How are you doing? How's life? How are you actually doing? Like, actually feeling. Both parties benefit from that. If I could go back to myself during COVID in 2020, I would tell myself to do that a lot more often, because a lot of times, almost every single day, I was sitting with some sort of thought that was driving me fucking crazy. And if I could have only just expressed how ridiculous that thought was and gotten an outsider's point of view from somebody I trust, I would have been able to step out of my own self-sabotage and just do the thing that was getting in my way. Setting aside time to not only just spontaneously call people or call friends, but to create new relationships. You're less prone to overthinking. You feel a sense of community. You get to build relationships with people you value, you love, and trust. You get to have more amazing moments with people, which is what makes life so beautiful. One of the biggest things that makes life so beautiful. And you also get more opportunities for relationships, business, connections, etc. I went out to a networking event recently, just spontaneously. It was like a last minute decision, and it ended up being like one of the best things that I could have done. Even though I felt the discomfort of like driving all the way into town, which is about 30 minutes, and then parking and then stay out late, it turned out to be one of the best things of that week. Life just continues to get better the more that you put yourself out there. The second habit that has been life-changing for me, and I know that I'm beating a dead horse here, but I'm saying it for a reason. Daily walks is one of the smallest things that you can implement into your daily routine that will make one of the biggest impacts on your life. Just a 10 to 15 minute walk per day can break you out of that self-sabotage, can break you out of those limiting beliefs, can break you out of that shitty feeling that you're feeling. If you go outside and you move your body, your mind will start to search for reasons as to why it shouldn't feel stuck. Beautiful things can happen on walks, man. Like, just, I know it's cheesy, but like, just like having a moment with a butterfly can be a beautiful thing. Recently, I was on a walk. Me and a neighbor passed each other. We didn't really like make contact or anything, but in my complex, it's pretty big. So we ended up crossing paths in a totally different area, but this time we were like shoulder to shoulder, and I just like put my fist out like that and did a little fist bump. Didn't even say anything, and I was like, man, little shit like that is what makes me feel alive. It's not all this other shit that I'm stressing about. It's those little spontaneous moments. So if you put yourself out there on a walk, you're just exposing yourself to something possibly changing your day, making you feel better. It's meditative. It's amazing for creative thinking. It's one thing that I do whenever I'm sitting on an idea, because I'm getting those ideas in motion, and stepping outside, you know, putting myself in environments that are novel, like not the same exact thing that I can expect and be familiar with. And it allows me to think outside of the box because I'm no longer in the box. And it's also just really great for dealing with stress and anxiety. The moment you feel that stress or anxiety, I guarantee you, if you just go out, take a walk, you will feel better after. And you can also mix this in with the first tip that I gave, which is go on a walk and spontaneously call a friend. You can stack these different habits and get multiple benefits. So highly recommend going on daily walks. It will surely at least make an impact on how you feel in the moment. Now, the next habit that has been life-changing for me is something called the Pomodoro Technique. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, the Pomodoro Technique, the way that I see it, I'll explain it in my terms, is simply just using a timer. So what I do is I have a set of tasks, and what I'll do is I'll put how much time I want to allot to that task. So for example, this morning I had to finish my writing for 2 videos that I'm filming. This is the second one. You've probably already seen the first one. If not, I'll put it up there. So I switch between 60-minute intervals and 90-minute intervals based on the task. I've already done writing yesterday, so I was just touching up today. I didn't feel like I needed that 90-minute pocket. So I gave myself 60 minutes. Once it's time for me to start work, which is usually 9 a.m., that timer is getting pressed. And by the end of that timer, I better be done with the task. So it creates a sense of urgency. If you are interested in this technique, I would just recommend putting your tasks out on a list and asking yourself, how much time do I need to give to this task? What amount of time will give me the confidence to know that I can complete that task within that time period? There's a concept that I had to look up because I couldn't remember the name of it, but it's called the Parkinson's Law. And basically the Parkinson's Law says that work expands so as to fill the time which is available for its completion. And this is where it's good to be mindful of how long you think it'll take to complete that task. And you don't allow distractions, you use that timer, the chances of you completing that work are so much higher. And this is not only going to, reduce distractions, it's going to make you more productive. You're going to have more satisfaction at the end of the day, and you won't be so afraid of taking on big tasks because you realize that everything is in increments. And if you just press a timer, reduce distractions, you get so much more done in your life. Like, I promise you, this is really one of the most beautiful habits that you can lean on if you're wanting to be more productive. The next habit that has been life-changing is tracking my progress. I told myself that if I was going to make any progress in the gym, that I need to start tracking my diet. I've been really consistent in the gym. However, my diet, not consistent whatsoever. And I was starting to see the patterns. You got the workouts down, focus on the diet. What this looks like for me is downloading MyFitnessPal, documenting each little thing that I eat, from breakfast, lunch, dinner to the snacks, and watching the progress happen over time. Because what can you control? You can control your effort. And when you see your effort over time, it reinforces that positive behavior. And it also just makes a positive impact on your body. It's inspired me to build my physique. It's inspired me to eat better. It's inspired me to make more progress in the gym and to hit the weights a little heavier, look healthier, feel better. I mean, the benefits are endless. So any category of your life, you can track it. How much time are you spending on socials? How much time are you spending on work? How much time are you spending with relationships? And when you track things, you can start to see data that will help you make the right decisions moving forward. So the fifth and final habit that has made the biggest impact on my life is setting aside time to design my lifestyle. What sort of lifestyle do you want to live? What is ideal to you? Go on a walk about it and think about what your ideal lifestyle is. What do you do first thing in the morning? How do you spend your afternoons? What do you do in the evenings? What do you do right before bed? Like, what is the ideal lifestyle? Because if you don't have a target, you don't know where to aim, and you need somewhere to aim if you want to make a meaningful lifestyle for yourself. And when you do this, you gain more clarity. You're not overthinking as much. You feel a sense of purpose in your life, which is so powerful, and you're less prone to hitting snooze and just wasting away your life because you set aside the time to create your life. Now it just becomes a matter of taking action, implementing the plan that you created for yourself. If you do need a little bit of help and guidance in terms of designing your lifestyle, I would ask yourself, at the age 50, if there were no limitations and I could design the perfect lifestyle for myself, what would that look like? And really sit with that question. Every little detail. Do you read in the morning? Do you go spend time with someone? Do you go play volleyball in the sand on the beach? Where are you? Why are you there? Who are you surrounded by? Is there somebody? Are there neighbors? Do you have neighbors to go say what's up to? Do you have animals? Do you live on a ranch? Why? When you get clear on what that actually looks like, you can then create a meaningful lifestyle starting today. But the main piece of that entire equation, if you can't tell, I'm trying to drive this point so hard, is the why. You have to get clear on why, because what that's going to do is it's going to ignite a sense of purpose inside of you. It'll just naturally be easier for you to design a life that is meaningful to you. Life is short, you know, maybe you've experienced loss in your life. And this is just a reminder that we only have so much time, and, you know, we should enjoy our time here. And one of the best ways to enjoy our time is to do meaningful work, to do things that light us up, to surround ourselves with the right people. You just never know when is going to be the last day of your life. And I hope that this inspires you. I really do. You know, I wouldn't have gone down this whole tangent if I didn't want you to live a meaningful life. So thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any ideas that you want to bounce off of me, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at ashton_t_joe. I would love to connect with you. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.